Time for the Book Nook with Marty Durham and Ari Salvatore. Yeah!
Hello everyone, welcome to the Book Nook. I'm Marty Durham with Wizards of the Coast Publishing. This time the Book Nook is on location at NorwestCon just outside of Seattle, Washington. I'm sitting here with the creator of everyone's favorite Drow Ranger, more than 20 times on the New York Times bestseller list, R.A. Salvatore.
Hello, Marty.
How's it going today?
It's going very well. Second day here at NorwestCon and had a good night's sleep after a long day of flying. So,
Well, great. Well, let's get right into it. So now, after more than 20 years, Drizzt has never been more popular, but the Forgotten Realms world has changed quite a bit in that time period, especially with the release of the 4th edition Forgotten Realms
Absolutely.
Campaign Guide. Now, the Transition trilogy starts to move Drizzt and his company forward in the timeline and into somewhat darker territory. What has that experience been like for you?
well, I think it was really time for me as well to move the characters in a different direction and propel them forward after so many books. So, it's been bittersweet. I mean, I know we need to change, but it hurts. It hurts like heck to do it. So it's been a bittersweet experience, but one that I've agreed with in terms of my characters needing to move forward.
So now part of the transitions, as the name implies, is that times change, and that sometimes means saying goodbye to some of our old friends. You've never taken the death of an ongoing character lightly, but without giving any spoilers away, how hard is it to see characters that you've written about for so long take their final bow as
It's hard, whether it's just knowing that you're writing someone off screen, even if you're not killing them, is very hard to say goodbye after a long time. And this book, I think, was probably the toughest because it is the third book in transitions, and it's really the first two books were setting up changes that were going to happen. It was kind of showing the world changing. This book really showed the dynamics of the companions of the hall, that core group of characters, changed forever because of it. And it was very hard. I mean, I had to get myself into an emotional place. I had sworn I'd never want to go back there. I never would go back there. Kind of where I was when I wrote the book Mortalis for my Demon Wars books. I wrote that during the time my brother was passing away from cancer. It was pure pain. And I had to go back there. The characters demanded it, and I didn't want to, but I did. And the way I did is every day I'd get up and I'd go to YouTube, and I'd pull up some old videos of Fleetwood Mac from back in the day, and they'd bring me back to the time and place I needed to be emotionally to write the books. Very tough, very tough.
Right. Well, it's been a while, at least since the year 2000, when the release of The Servant of the Shard, since you've written about Catterley and those characters that are in the Cleric Quintet
Well, some
series.
of them have been around. The dwarves have been showing up here and there, but yeah, it's been...
So how hard is it to get back into the head of these characters that you've not really dealt with too much in the past decade?
Well, it wasn't actually hard to get back into the head of Catterley and Danica, the two mains from that old series, because they were so real to me when I wrote the Cleric Quintet, and in a few other books they showed up. The problem was, not the problem, but the challenge was they have 3 children who aren't children anymore.
Yeah.
And here I want to keep calling them kids, the kids, and they're all like near 20 or in their 20s. And I have children of that age, and they're not children anymore. And you know, these I had to keep reminding myself that these children of Catterley and Danica are actually about the same age as my heroes were when I wrote the Crystal Shard. And they weren't tag-along kids in those books; they were the protagonists.
Okay.
So I had to, in a very crowded book that was taking care of some very serious issues with main characters I've been with for many, many years, I also had to find room to create these 3 new characters in the midst of it. It was challenging. It was challenging.